Now I got to tell you this, I'm out west. And a coach comes up to me and a fan and they, Coach, you guys lose in the first round of the NIT? And I looked, I said, yeah. Who'd you lose to? He said, Robert Morris. One guy?
Well, I'm glad Cal's finally making fun of Kentucky losing the NIT. How we needed a break. It had to be wearing you out.
It did. Thanks for taking it off my shoulders a little bit, Cal.
We're going to be talking about the two teams who won the two most recent national championships and what we've got to look forward to on today's version of the True Home Value Red and Blue Review, coming to you from Smart Shoppers. Let's say hello to the man who careened Louisville right toward a national championship, the defending national champs, Howie Lindsay and CardinalSports.com.
Absolutely.
What's your word of the week?
Word of the week is share. They're going to have to share the ball. There's only one ball for 5 guys. Chris Jones is going to want to shoot it. You know, Russ Smith's going to want to shoot it. Shane Bohannon, Montrez. All those guys can score, so they're going to have to share.
When you said share, you and I thought,
Sonny
and Cher. That's how far we go back. Say hello to Daryl Bird of the Catspaws. You may not remember this, but Daryl's team won the national championship 2 years ago.
with only 2 losses. Cal wants to win it this year with 0 losses. We're talking perfection.
We're talking about a great deal for you this week on the True Home Value Red and Blue Review, coming to you from Smart Shoppers. A remote entry to your car, a remote starter for your car, regularly $200. They will install it for $139 right here, Smart Shoppers, 4200 Produce Road, and then 10% off of a set of tires. All right, let's talk about the big themes for our 2 favorite teams right now in our lightning round. This portion of the True Home Value Red and Blue Review brought to you by the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to click it or ticket. Now, a lot of teams talk about winning a back-to-back national championship, and honestly, it didn't look too good for Louisville when it looked like Russ Smith was going to be going on to the pros, but he's back, and so too is the talk of a repeat.
See, Russ is a very smart young man. He understands basketball very well. Russ is one of the strongest guys on the team. You know, Russ can take 195 pounds and lift it 19 times. So Russ is one of the strongest guys in the team. He can put a 15-pound sandbag on his neck and do over 40 pull-ups. You know, so very strong guy. So it doesn't affect him as much. What you saw tonight, if he can duplicate that this season, the sky's the limit to how good he can be. Because he's unguardable. You know, you can't guard the guy.
Yeah, I think years from now when we all recount these Russ Smith stories, people won't believe us. I mean, the things that he can do on the court, the way he contorts his body and flips the ball up underneath the big men, and the way, you know, him doing 40 pull-ups with 15 pounds on his back, all that kind of thing. He's a different cat, and that kind of strength shows itself on the court. His core strength, his ability to be under body control all the time. And I tell you, I'm not sure there's anybody in college basketball that can stay in front of him the whole time.
Well, John Calipari not only wants to win a national championship this year, he wants to win it with an undefeated team.
Before I retire, I'd like to coach an undefeated team because they say it can't be done. Everywhere I've been, you can't do this, you can't do that, he'll never do this, he'll never do that, his team can't do, they can't, and they say you can't win them all. There's no way, too much pressure. I've had 3 teams almost do that, and before I retire, I'd like to have a team. I don't know if it's this team, but I will say this. When you're chasing something and you're saying game to game is important, because if you're going to go 40-0 or compete or try, when you play Austin Peay, that game's just as important as playing North Carolina. So now all of a sudden you do stay in the moment. You got no choice. You got to practice in the moment. You have to stay in the moment. You can't worry out ahead, and you can't worry about what's behind. You just keep trying to get better and get better.
Interesting approach for this season, because the 6 McDonald's All-Americans were talking 40-0, and he didn't do a thing to downplay it. He said, we're chasing perfection. What's wrong with that? But the other side, there's kind of 2 things at play here. I love the little insight into John Calipari's personality. It's a me against the world. Whether that's out there or not, I'll make it up, and it'll drive me. Remember his Memphis teams? Well, yeah, you're good, but you're in an awful conference, so they don't count. One and done, that won't work. He won a title with it. He's kind of running out of things to drive him. Now it's, well, nobody can go 40-0, especially you with those young guys. Well, let's go prove we can.
Well, we heard the same argument about the team that won the 2012 national championship. Remember, they lost 2 games. Indiana hit a last-second shot, and then Vanderbilt played out of their mind in the SEC tournament.
Yeah, it's a good team. He's been really close before, so don't just dismiss him completely. Then you can't do this. He had a Memphis team that had lost 1 game heading into the national championship. His UMass team, way back, had lost 1 game heading into the finals when they lost to Kentucky. He's been tight.
The True Home Value Red and Blue Review is coming to you this week from Smart Shoppers.
Hi, this is Chad with Smart Shoppers. Whether you're trying to put wheels and tires on your everyday ride or you're trying to hook up your custom vehicle, come out and see me at 4200 Produce Road. Now back to you at the Red and Blue Review.
Thank you, Chad. We got a sense of what Louisville's going to be this year in basketball by watching them make that tournament run last year. And one of the things you saw about the Cardinals are they were deep then, they're as deep now.
Yeah, I think it's deep in terms of you don't lose anything when you substitute.
I think between myself and Wayne and Anton, you know, the 2 and the 3 with Russ, there's so many guys you could just slot in there. So, you know, it'll be a battle for minutes and everything, which will just help our team.
Yeah, you've got depth at the 1, depth at the 2, depth at the 3, depth at the 4, the 5, not so much. Now, it depends on what they're going to do with Montrez and Shane. Do you split those two guys? And you've got some guys there, Steve Ventrice and Mango, but that's really the one spot where they don't have a ton of depth. But the guard spots, I mean, they're just going to keep coming in waves.
And if there's any position in college basketball you can afford to be a little thin on, it's at the post position if you've got good guard play to make up for it, which is exactly what Louisville has.
And I think those guards can protect those bigs.
Well, if Kentucky wants to go 40-0, then the next important number is 1, as in these players playing as 1.
Well, you worry more about your teammates than yourself. And if they do that, the game's easy. Now you're all worrying about each other instead of yourself. Not worried about numbers, minutes, and all that. When you get in the floor, you're worried about each other. So those are the kind of things that we're trying to teach. And if we do that, you know, like, okay, we didn't quite do it. We were 38-2. Jeez. And 38 wins tied the most wins in the history of college basketball. What was the other team? Oh, my Memphis team. Oh.
He does know how to work a crowd, doesn't he?
Does.
We're having so much fun previewing this show. Imagine how much fun we're going to have previewing it when we're all in Dallas at the Final Four, when these guys are going head-to-head again. Howie was talking about it. I've heard him talk about this Louisville team. You hear Cal Perry talking about it. Shared sacrifice. That's Cal's big catchphrase. He's told these guys, these freshmen that came in, if you're expecting 30 shots a game, don't come here. It ain't happening. If you're planning on being the man, don't come here. It doesn't work that way. 2012 proved how you do it with a lot of talent.
Is he talking team first? Team first basketball?
Team
Is
first.
he next going to say team first cats forever?
It's still player first, I'm pretty sure. Last year, you may remember, Rick Pitino finished number 1. The year before that, John Calipari finished number 1. Which one of these two guys will finish their career first? Is it going to be Cal or Rick? These two guys will see if they see eye to eye on that. But as we go to the break, Daryl's going to tell us about the Cat's Paws.
You can't preview basketball season without getting your copy of the Cat's Paws Basketball Yearbook. They are in stock and they are flying out the door. We do appreciate that very much. You can order yours today. Just visit our website, catspawsyearbook.com.
You name it, if you can dream it, these guys can do it. It's the big orange building right off of Produce Road, 4200 Produce Road. It's called Smart Shoppers. Drop by and see what these guys can help you do. Your ride down the road will look better than anybody else's if your ride stops here at Smart Shoppers.
Hi, this is Chad with Smart Shoppers. Whether you're trying to put wheels and tires on your everyday ride or you're trying to hook up your custom vehicle, come see me at 4200 Produce Road.
Hi, Tim Fritz here for Tim Fritz Superstores Elizabethtown. We're hanging steel and we're making deals. We also have over 130 cars at our Radcliffe and our Fort Knox locations. Hey Brian, tell them about the Hot 100.
That's right, Tim. We have over 100 vehicles in stock priced at $250 per month or less, all ready for immediate delivery.
Stop by here in Elizabethtown and see us, or stop by Radcliffe or our Fort Knox location. You can go online at 765auto.com or just give us a call at 765auto because we've got an auto for you.
This is Chris with Boom Boss Pizza, Westport Village, inviting you out to try one of our best-selling pizzas. This is the traditional buffalo chicken pizza served on a gluten-free crust. Come out to Boom Boss Pizza today and give it a try.
Hi, I'm Teresa Bachman. There's never been a better time to buy a new Volkswagen from Bachman Volkswagen. For great savings on every Volkswagen model in Bachman's huge inventory, come in today. Get financing as low as 0% on most models. Nobody beats our price or selection. Bachman Volkswagen has a huge selection, low prices, and we pay top dollar for your trade. Visit us online at bachmanvolkswagen.com. Bachman makes the difference.
Hey, how you doing? This is Danny at Smart Shoppers. If you're looking to light up your vehicle, We got the LED street glow undercarriage kits and wheel lights and HIDs. So if you need any of that, we can take care of that for you. 4200 Produce Road.
Well, let's find out if Daryl and Howie are seeing eye to eye. This portion is brought to you by the Eye Care Institute of Louisville. Now, you know, Rick's now a Hall of Famer. Cal's trying to go for his second national championship in the last 3 years. So which one of those two guys is most likely to call it a career first?
How many years can I be here? At the pace we're going, not many. Another NIT, Mitch is going to ask me to leave.
Another NIT, Daryl will help you pack.
Yeah, no
That's how bad that'll be. Now, let me ask you, since Daryl and I covered Rick back in Kentucky in his days, he was talking about retiring when he was 45. He's over 60 now. Yeah, he's over 60 now and still going. So, of the two, who do you think's going to retire first?
I think it'll be Rick Pitino. I think, especially when he wins the second title this year. No. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know that you know there's talk after this last title that he just got in the Hall of Fame. He may ride off into the sunset. But logically, I think it's Rick Pitino first.
Retirement possibly. There's a lot of speculation around Kentucky because Calipari, when he first got there, he said, if you're here 10 years, that's a miracle. You're not coaching. You're just occupying the chair, as he says, for a while. And if someone else's turn, the big speculation, and it's contrived because UK fans are paranoid. He's got the best recruiting class he'll ever have. If he does win a title, would he happen to go undefeated and win a title? What else is there to prove? And they're trying to marry up as well. LeBron James' contract is up. They're pretty tight. Wherever LeBron goes with his new deal, Cal could go with that new deal and just coach his buddy LeBron. No more recruiting worries. You just coach and you just ride it out that way. There's a lot of that speculation going around town.
Is Rick liable to wait until Richard has proven himself at Minnesota to the point that he could step in and replace his dad? Is that a factor?
That was a theory. It's been one of the theories floated. The other theory was he just wants to make sure Billy Donovan's ready and wants to step in.
I think Billy would be ready. He's got two national titles. I think he's fine.
I think there's theories both ways that he's going to prepare it for Billy and then Richard after that, or just wait till Richard, or I don't know. I really don't.
You think Calipari? It's got to be NBA or retirement. I mean, where else do you go in the college ranks? You don't go anywhere.
Well, all three of us really are seeing eye to eye thanks to our friends at the Eye Care Institute of Louisville. We've all had LASIK surgery. Daryl, tell me how your monovision LASIK has gone.
It's kind of unique. I wanted to talk about that, the monovision aspect. If you're old enough, you already know what I'm talking about. You have monovision contacts. Left eye see far away, the right eye sees up close. That's now available in LASIK, has been for a while. Tremendous. I mean, like instantly the first day, my brain had already adjusted. I knew exactly what was going on. It's like I never miss a beat. I still find myself at night trying to reach for the contact case or the glasses on the table, and I don't have to do that anymore.
What you need to do is reach for the telephone, though, because you'll have an opportunity to win free LASIK. Dial this number up and find out how to do it. The number is 855-589-1500. That's the Eye Care Institute. You must call this number when they ask how they can help you. Just let them know, I want to know how to win free LASIK. 1-855-589-1500. Well, depending on which poll you listen to, the Cats will rank maybe number one when the season opens, but who's going to be the team to beat? The defending national champs, the team ranked number one. We'll kick that around after Howie tells us about CardinalSports.com.
Absolutely. All the way through this basketball season, you're going to want to log on to CardinalSports.com for not only coverage during games, after games, all that kind of thing, quotes from people, but also recruits for the next year, videos, highlight stuff. Check it out at CardinalSports.com.
Today we're talking about the Politate. Food Network voted it the top pizza in Kentucky, and it is an International Pizza Award winner. Come down and try the Politate at Boomba's Pizza, Westport Village.
Join the club at Sam Swope Auto Group. When you service a vehicle at any Sam Swope dealership, you automatically become a Service VIP Rewards member. You get member pricing on parts and service, lost key return, and emergency roadside assistance. Plus, you can earn points that qualify you for discounts on your next vehicle purchase, up to $2,500. The best part is becoming a member is free. Become a member today at any Sam Swope dealership. Nobody walks away because everybody saves.
Whenever you see the ref do this, think of halftimes.
Halftimes is about to become your favorite part of the game. Halftime's Sports Bar and Grill in Mount Washington gives you a great view of all the action, great food at your table, and great fun with your friends, whether it's a cool beverage on the patio or a hotly contested game of your own outside. Halftimes is located next to the Kroger Shopping Center off Bardstown Road in Mount Washington.
Remember, every time you see this, think this. Halftime Sports Bar and Grill.
To
save more lives this summer, we've stepped up highway law enforcement. So, don't forget to buckle up, don't speed, and don't drive while impaired or distracted. Because this summer, we're going to have Kentucky completely covered. Blue lights across the bluegrass.
No excuses, no exceptions.
Bob Hook Chevrolet is your commercial fleet headquarters.
We stock a huge selection of work-ready vehicles for every job in Kentuckiana.
Express vans, Silverados, dump trucks, service bodies, flatbeds, cutaways, and more.
Our expert staff can assist you with your vehicle needs so you can focus on your business.
And with priority service and commercial loaners, we help keep you on the road.
So whether your fleet has 1 or 100 vehicles, look to Hook.
Because Bob Hook's got it.
Welcome back to the Red and Blue Review, coming to you from Oxmoor Country Club, hole number 9. Another one of the reasons Oxmoor is a place you gotta play. Now you can tee off from over there, which really takes the water out of play, or if you're a real man, you challenge the water. And the only thing I'm hoping here is that my next club is not oh boy, a ball retriever. Rats. By the way, I did that on one take. It only took one take to hit a ball in the pond. We would love for you to have a shot at clearing that pond. A member for a day, a little promotion we're doing with our friends at Oxmoor Country Club. October 24th is the date to request a tee time. Go to oxmoorgolf@gmail.com. Right now, we're going to our Game Time storylines. Even though Michigan State is #1 on some of the polls and Kentucky didn't even make the NCAA tournament field last year, Cal says his Cats still the team that everybody else wants to beat.
And let me say about this team, our third game is against Michigan State. It's going to be hard. They're already a veteran team. They've already made comments that their practices are about beating Kentucky. But I say this to you. If I ask my team when we play Florida, they're not going to know. North Carolina, I'm telling you, and I'm going to do it today because as I thought about it, they don't know. You think they know when we're playing Louisville. They don't know. They know is there a meal tonight? They don't know. Now, I ask you this. Does everybody on our schedule know when they're playing Kentucky? Oh, they know. And that's in their locker, that's on the ceiling of their bed. You got to deal with that. That's part of being in Kentucky. You know why I tell them? Not only do they want to beat Kentucky, they want to beat you as an individual player. You know why? They wanted that scholarship that you got, and they want to prove they're better than you, not just their team's better than Kentucky. So that's the challenge that we have. But would you want it any other way? I don't. Bring it. Let's go.
He is so entertaining. Listen, it's like grandpa story time. It's just fun to listen to. He is right on one point. I have run into instances where the players generally didn't know who was next on the schedule, right? Consider what you want. Do all the players know they are playing Louisville sometime before the season? Yeah, before SEC starts? Absolutely, they know it. You better believe it. James Young, he's from Michigan. He knows exactly when they're playing Michigan State. He can't wait for that game. But there is some of that. The other point, the last point, I thought was very legitimate. There are players out there who can't wait to prove themselves against a Julius Randle. Oh, you're the best power forward in the country? See how I can handle you. And they measure themselves against that. They say, he's going to the NBA. I can show him up. I might have a shot. I might elevate my status.
Even elementary age school kids learn how to share. Shane Bohannon and Montrezl Harrell may have to share the 4 spot.
What I'm trying to do this year is make sure Montrezl Harrell and Shane Bohannon get as many minutes on the court as possible. And I want them on the court, obviously, at the end of games when winning and losing is at stake. So having them start together would not be the best interest. I don't want to have to play Van Treese and Mango together. I don't want that. That's not a good combination because neither guy scores points. So I want to make sure that I'll alternate starting spots with those guys and probably start off the first game with Shane. Montrezl gets a second game.
How about that? That's going to be a fascinating study in team dynamics about how these guys alternate back and forth starting roles. I think Montrezl will handle it. He came off the bench this past year. I'm not as sure about Shane Bohannon.
That's the deepest 4 spot in America, I'll guarantee you. Hey, be sure to go to the phone right now or go to the website and sign up to be the next winner of the True Home Value Sweepstakes. $25,000 is at stake. 800-476-1966 or TrueHomeValue.com. Well, even highly recruited McDonald's All-Americans have to learn new things when they play for Cal.
But when you're developing players, helping them reach your dreams, you win college games. We kind of do it the other way. Right now, Julius is out on the floor playing. Now he's got to figure out, how do you offensive rebound from 17 feet versus 3? How do you get to the post from 17 feet versus 3? It's all new to him. How do you now start like a guard at 6'9", 250, start like a guard, and finish like a big? Been hard for him. Been hard. But when he gets it, and he gets a feel for it, and he works, he looked at me the other day and said, Coach, what are you going to do today? How can I get better? That's his question.
He's got a lot to learn, but yet they're going to go 40-0. Figure that one out. It is going to be fun. I'm so looking forward to this season. Not just the talent, a lot of dribble drive, which we really haven't seen since the 2010 season. He will be spread out in this dribble drive offense, and he's got to figure out, it's just he said, how to go get that rebound when you start from out on the floor.
If this Louisville team does repeat as national champions, I'm told they'll be about the smallest team in height-wise in 50 years to win the title. But Luke Hancock warns, even though Montrezl Harrell is not a 7-footer, he plays like one.
Montrez is mean, and he's just not going to be pushed around by anyone. He plays as hard as anyone I've ever seen, and I don't see anybody, I don't care how big you are, just coming in there and dominating us. Especially, and our style of defense is that where we're going to be able to strip the ball, we're going to be able to double team and rotate out, contest shots, and then go rebound.
Yeah, Louisville's got two of the meanest, toughest big men in the country, and the question is, how can they play them both at the same time, and can those guys go up against 7-footers?
The True Home Value Red and Blue Review coming to you this week from Smart Shoppers. We might be able to come from your place next week. Just hit me up like the folks at Buffalo Wild Wings did. I'll give you all the information. Hit me at gupton@redandbluereview.net.